started after 2 months of summer holidays. Shankar refused to wake up at 6 a.m., but his mother told him he was getting late for school. However, once Shankar saw his friends in the school bus, he felt happy. When Shankar returned home in the afternoon, he saw his mother standing at the door. He wondered, why hasn't mother gone to office today? Seeing the worried look on her face, he felt a flash of fear. Mother gave him a tight hug and 2 kisses on the forehead. Shankar, I wanted to tell you myself. Your father had an accident while driving to office. The good news is that he will be out of hospital in 2 weeks. He will be absolutely fine. But I think it is time to get a driver for him. We shall select a responsible man to drive Appa carefully to office. Shankar felt happy at the thought of helping out Appa. In the next few days, he sat next to his mother while she interviewed several men for the post of chauffeur to Appa. They both decided on Raj. He was 30 years old and had a pleasant manner of speaking. Finally, Appa returned from hospital. He told Shankar that Raj had driven very carefully. That Sunday, Raj's family came to stay with them in the small flat in their backyard. That's how Shankar met Raj's 8-year-old son, Bablu. Bablu had a monkey face with bright eyes and spiky hair. To the 8-year-old Bablu, the 11-year-old Shankar seemed to be a big boy. He followed Shankar around. Whenever Shankar looked up from the book he was reading, he found Bablu's face staring at him through the window. While brushing his teeth, he would often get confused when he saw another face staring back at him from the mirror. And when he walked back from the school bus stop in the afternoon, he would have 2 shadows. One was his own, and the other shadow was Bablu walking a few paces behind. Bablu did not go to school. He was admitted to a local government school, but he refused to go. He told Shankar shyly that the teachers only made them copy words from the blackboard. He had not learned to read, so he could not understand anything written on the board. Shankar felt sorry for him. One Sunday, Shankar decided to ride his bicycle to his friend's house nearby. As he wheeled out his bicycle from the garage, he saw a strange sight. Bablu was sitting under a tree, holding a book in his hands. Shankar tiptoed closer and discovered that Bablu was holding one of his books. What's more, Bablu was holding the book upside down. Since he could not read, it did not matter which way he held the book. Shankar took the book out of Bablu's hands and turned it the right side up.
This is how you are supposed to read,
he told Bablu in an affectionate tone. 2 big tears rolled down Bablu's cheeks. He looked like a sad little monkey.
I want to be like you, but I can't do anything.
The bicycle went back into the garage. Shankar walked back to the house. His parents were reading the newspapers. Shankar told them they had to help Bablu get into a school. It was not very easy because the time for admissions was over. But one principal looked at Bablu kindly and admitted him to her school. The next day, Bablu went to his new school, wearing a brand new shirt, shorts and a tie. When Bablu returned from school, he was a bit tearful. The other children in his class had teased him.
They all said I am much older than them, but in a smaller class. I don't want to go to school. Don't cry, Bablu. I will teach you to read and write. Very soon you will be as good, if not better, than your classmates.
From the loft, the older boy took out all the books and children's magazines that he had read years ago. The magazines were in Hindi and in English, and Shankar's favorites were Chanda Mama, Champak, Tinkle and Target. There were fairy tale books from the Grimm brothers to Hans Christian Andersen. There were several volumes of Panchatantra for kids, Mahabharata for kids. Shankar's early reading books would be ideal for getting Bablu to practice his reading. Shankar went to the stationery shop and bought two interesting worksheets. One worksheet taught the Hindi alphabet. Each letter had a picture of a bird, animal, eatable, flower or tree next to it. There was also a story attached to each letter. The English worksheet was also similar. Bablu had a great time colouring the apple while chanting A for apple. Shankar read out the story of William Tell and the apple. He also read stories from Hindi kids magazines like Champak and Chanda Mama and from English kids magazines like National Geographic Kids magazine. When he wanted to reward Bablu for working hard, he would read from his favorite fairy tale book for kids. 2 months later, Bablu returned from school with a smiling face. He kept his school bag on the chair and without eating his lunch ran to Shankar's bus stop. The moment Shankar got off the school bus, Bablu hugged him hard. He chattered on. Shankar Bhaiya, the principal praised me in the school assembly today. She told everyone that I am one of the best students in her school now. I have become the monitor of my class. Shankar picked up Bablu and did a dance right there and then. Now Bablu has another wish. He wants to work on the computer like Shankar. He wants to visit reading websites for children and he wants to play the online treasure hunt games that his Shankar Bhaiya plays.